what's up, and welcome to another episode of Path Minutes, which are every Friday. They are quick episodes to add value heading into your weekend so you're feeling good and ready to go. And today, in the next few weeks, I'm going to do a couple episodes here regarding morning routines. And the first thing I want to talk about is when it comes to morning routines, there's the notion, I would say, that most people think it is for athletes and it's for entrepreneur types. That simply isn't true. You can have a morning routine no matter who you are, and you should have one, because I have found that is the biggest game changer when it comes to living your everyday life and it comes to performing in everyday life and your work that you're doing. Having that consistent habit and routine in the morning, it gets you going, you're feeling good, and that's how you start to be productive every single day, day in and day out. And today I want to really talk about the foundation of the morning routine, and I don't think this is talked about enough, and that's the nighttime routine. So if you just wake up and you think you're going to start doing a morning routine, out of nowhere you get up and you start doing stuff, that's not going to work. If you really want to get this going and truly want to have a morning routine that's going to be effective, and every day you're going to get up and get right into it to start that day of productivity, the way you do that is the nighttime routine. And here's a very easy way to start doing that. Don't get overwhelmed when you think, oh shit, now I have to do a nighttime routine also. It's not a big deal. It's very easy, and it's a great way to end the day. And you can do this at the end of your workday. You can do this sometime in the evening, or you can do it right before you go to bed. I switch it up. Sometimes I will get in the routine of doing it right before bed, but sometimes I like to do it as I'm finishing up my work for the day. But you can adjust when you do it. Don't get super crazy about that. But here's what you want to do. First thing you want to do, buy a notebook, a notepad, anything that you can consistently write down every day. It's easy to bring with you places, and you always don't have an excuse to think that there's nowhere to write. And what you want to do is take 5 minutes and just do a brain dump. So write down everything on your mind that you have to do for the next day. Everything that can be, even in your personal life, some errands you need to get done. But I focus more on work related, but everything that you need to do the next day, write it down, usually around 5 minutes. Next thing you want to do, pick out the top 3 things you need to get done to consider that day a success. Don't make an overwhelming list of 10 things you need to do the next day, because then you wake up, you're overwhelmed, you don't even know where to start. Or you do know where to start, but there's so much lingering that it freaks you out. So just do 3 things that you need to get done the next day. And then pick out the number one task, the one thing that scares you the most, the one thing you want to avoid doing, the one thing that you just simply know you're not going to like to do. Put that first, because you have the most willpower in the morning. You have the most willpower right when you get up. And you're going to be able to accomplish that goal, that first thing, right out of the gate. That's going to do wonders. Think if you're doing the one thing you don't want to do every day right away when you wake up. You're going to be so productive and you're going to feel so good. You're going to catapult into crushing the rest of your goals that day. So you have the top 3 things. Figure out the first thing that you need to get done. And then don't only keep it there. Write 3 bullet points, 3 quick action steps that you can take. So when you get up, you have clarity around exactly that first task you need to get done and how to do it. Bring the specifics into it so you don't have to be scatterbrained in the morning. And this is a way, and you don't, whatever your morning routine is, if you're including working out or whatever it may be, meditation, if you have that first task when it comes to your working self completely figured out, that's when you're able to wake up, go do, say you work out first, go do that workout, come back, and then you get right into it. So you don't wake up and start being super anxious or scatterbrained, not knowing what you're going to do today, or overwhelmed. You have it figured out. So now you can get up and go do that workout, go do that meditation, because you know when you get done, you're going to come back and you're going to do that right away. You see that difference? You have that clarification right when you wake up. You don't have to have any thoughts or anxiety about what to do to be productive. You know exactly what to do. So if you get that evening routine down, that is the cornerstone to having that effective morning routine that you can keep and make a true habit. And then you're productive beyond belief. And what I'm going to touch on next week is when I first started really getting into the morning routine. I was doing these super long ones that involved so many things because I'd read on these very high performers, athletes, entrepreneurs, and they'd have these very complicated morning routines. So I tried to recreate those because I thought that's what you need to do. But I came to the realization that I was doing a lot of things that weren't actually benefiting me. So I'm going to talk to how to simplify the morning routine so it can be effective to you. And everyone's different. So what will work for me won't exactly work for you maybe. So you make some adjustments. But you certainly don't have to have the most complicated thing. And mine's very simple now. And that first task that I just went through and how you do the 3 bullet points on how to have the specifics so you know exactly where to tackle it when you get up. I'll talk more to that and how to make sure I get that done and how I've switched things around so the productivity and I don't let myself linger around and start jumping on emails because I don't want to do the task instead. So when it comes to the morning routine, the first part, the first foundational pillar is the nighttime routine. So go get that notebook, start doing that brain dump, find those first 3 important things you need to get done. The number one thing, add the specifics, and you'll know exactly how to wake up and tackle your day. And with that, I want to thank you for listening to another Path Minutes. Had a lot of fun. I will see you next week and next Friday for a continuation of the morning routine. Later, and have a great weekend.